Yo, what's up, y'all? We're back, man. This is y'all watching UNRAP on the UNRAP channel on YouTube. This is the Check-In Podcast. I am your boy Jizzo.
And I am Heat Detector.
We got the man of the hour, Heat Detector.
Whoa. What's the topic?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you know what? That's what we're gonna do today.
Check in.
We're just gonna check in. We're gonna do what this show, with the epitome of what this show is about. And this show is about checking in because it's important to check in. And while I check in the
I got an idea.
shit, hold on, man. No, we're gonna check in.
Yeah,
It's
but
important.
I got also an idea about like checking in. And I'll just throw this out there. The way that certain music that we just listened to made me feel it, and I know we were joking on the show prior to this one, but it really like brought me to like a calm place, and it reminded me of like feeling calm. And maybe we could, talk about something like that, about what makes us, what brings us to that place. Because I really, and I know you probably were joking on the show too, but I know you were for real. Like it did, like it brought us to a certain place that like really calmed me down. Like I really did feel calmed down.
Well, checking in before we do that, and I'll say all of that and get to that.
Yeah.
But first, give them that part of the disclaimer so we can.
Yeah,
keep it pushing.
so we hit y'all with the disclaimer, man, that we are not licensed therapists or psychologists. So what we're talking about, the topics and the answers that we're giving, are just things that are meant to help us navigate through the issues, different issues that we have in mental health as men and women, and to help others, so we could all have those tools to be able to work with the different things. And we talk about a wide variety, but
Also, too, if you dream of bunny rabbits, cotton candy, and running through fields and, I don't know, jumping in the air and chasing rainbows and shit, and you got thin skin, this is probably not the show for you. You might hear some things you don't want to hear. You might hear some things you may not like. You might hear things that may offend you. And if that is the case, get the fuck off this channel and go somewhere else and watch this shit, or watch something else. Go on TikTok. Go do something else, because the things that we do say on here, we don't mean to harm anybody or hurt anybody. This is a real disclaimer, because the whole intention of this show and the whole hopes of this show is helping others, and also helping ourselves navigate life, navigate the things that torment us, navigate through trauma, navigate through hurt, navigate through pain, suffering, all of that shit, because we all go through it. I say it all the time. You show me one man that says he doesn't have any problems or issue, and he's a lying motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, let's talk about the check-in. And the check-in today, I think part of what you are talking about, being calm, and it kind of hits. It's really weird how we do this shit. And whenever when we come up with topics and stuff, a lot of times when we do that, we don't realize that that's like what's really going on right now. Because in my life right now, for me, is to calm down. Somebody asked me the other night, when shout out to Ange 13, when we interviewed Ange 13 on UNRAP, she said, what takes you to your happy place? And the truth is, I'm really finding out who I am, I really am a calm person, and fighting the urges to be angry, violent, and mad is I'm finding a problem reining those things in, because those are the things that I have dealt with and things that I've lived with my entire life. And so when I'm now in this space where I can be myself, I'm finding it really hard to be calm. Not hard, because I've been practicing. And then the key to everything is practice, repetition, and to catching, being aware and catching myself before I flip out, or before I say something ridiculous, or, it may seem ridiculous to somebody else, but it might not have been ridiculous to me at the moment, but, just reminding myself to stay calm. And one of the things I learned a long time ago that I practice now is I say in a crisis situation, you must always stay calm. I can be in a crisis situation and be calm as fuck, but in real life, like walking around and dealing with people, I find it really difficult. Well, I had been finding it really difficult to remain calm. And I think it's important to be calm. I mean, especially now where I'm at now in life and in my journey and my walk that I'm having. I'm finding a really sweet, beautiful place in being calm. And
Well,
and it really helps to be calm, and it helps to get to clear your thoughts and to get your mind on the right track.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like knowing you personally, bro, like what do you, I know that you have a short fuse. I'm not saying that that's how you walk around all the time, but is there something that you tell yourself when things are affecting you, when that short fuse is active? Is there something that like you like say to yourself, or does that shit just overtake you? Like, cause I'm the same way. If something happens, a short fuse, I get fucking pissed. I can't really control it, and I know like that happens to you where the short fuse hits you and like little shit like oh fuck with you. Are you saying stuff to yourself to get through that?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because one thing that we know, and I think everybody knows about themselves, you know exactly when you're being triggered or when you're starting to be triggered. You know what I'm saying? When you're starting to be like somebody says something that directly offends you or pisses you off or takes you to a certain place. I think we all know exactly when that shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is that what I've learned within myself is that I'm in charge of how I respond and how I react. Nobody else. So with that being said, I have to continually tell myself as I'm having a conversation, as I'm dealing with whoever or whatever, and I'm getting upset or pissed off about something, I got to reel myself back in and ask myself, you know, like, what's important for me right now? What's important for me right now? And when those moments, what's important for me is to remain calm. And the other thing that I'm learning within remaining calm is I'm learning to listen. And that's important as well. Along with being calm, listening is important. And when I do that, then I'm able to think straight. Then I'm able to be like, oh, okay, it is what it is. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. I'm not upset about shit. Because the truth is, anger and everything like that, it's only that long, really. Scientifically, it only lasts like about a second or two. It's letting it fester and ruminate within your thoughts and letting it just keep on and keep on and keep on. That's where we get ourselves into trouble. So remaining calm is key. As our guy OT says, you know, you take that 5 second, that breathing, you know what I mean?
And yeah, and like and count to yourself. And I wish this information, like I had a homie back in the day, and just this real quick situation. He went to a currency exchange. He was getting a bus card, and instead of getting charged for the CTA, he got charged for the pace, and he paid like $27 or whatever it was back then. It was about $4 more than what he would have normally paid for CTA. And about 4 days later, 3 days later, I'm in the car with him driving on the street, and he's huffing and puffing, man. And I looked at him and I said, "What's wrong with you?" And he said, "This bitch stole $4 from me." And he was still pissed 3 days later after the event. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you are letting this shit get to you, man. Like, you are letting this shit control you. And
that's festering.
That's
festering.
Ruminating. Yeah, ruminating, like you said, festering. You want to get this check-in, man? Because I think it's important what you said at the beginning that we should check in. I think we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, bro. Like I guess as good as I can be. I feel like I'm back into my rhythm, man, and like life. My sons are coming over to my house, which was a huge mental theme for me, man. Like,
yeah, man.
Like that shit breaks me, like right now, like talking about it, like just thinking about my kids and being like, and I see so many people being dads to their kids, man, and like see situations in my life where I see people with their sons and with their daughters, and it breaks me. And so I'm like happy that like that's happening in life. And everything else is like, is going good, man. Like things with like artistically music, and I just really can't complain. Like I'm back into the mood with work. Like once I moved back to Chicago, I'm like back at my job. So I feel like everything is just like moving around perfect. And like the fact that the summer is coming is a good thing because, you know, holidays is that moment where you're like fucking dragged down thinking about family. And so we're past all that. We're in the summer, and I feel like I'm on a good road. I just always have to work. I think I still just have to keep working on the internal, like we talked about earlier, like the short trigger, like about being mad about stuff in my daily life. You know, you get used to people, and after you get used to somebody, you start to be more vocal about the things that bother you or things that are happening, might happen in a relationship or might happen in a home. And so I'm just working, as I've been working this whole time, man, to just try to talk to myself and have like and just treat things different in life than I've treated them before. My past relationships, I treated things different, I spoke different, I reacted different, I let other people affect my shit, and now I'm just like not doing that. I'm just focused on like keeping my energy cool and using that in everyday life, even with everywhere I go. Like if someone's in a fucking shit ass mood, well, fuck it, be in a shit ass mood. I'm not gonna let that affect me. So all in all, man, I would say I'm doing better now than I've been doing in a long fucking time. That's and good, many months. Shit, like, you know, I don't have nothing to complain about, man. I mean, I could have more money, of course, the little shit, but the things that truly affect me, I don't get sad and depressed about money. I get sad and depressed about things in my life, my kids, my life situations, and all that's good right now, man. So, you know, fuck everything else. Like,
yeah, shout out to that.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to you, man, and thank you for sharing that, man.
For sure.
I think it's important, like, I think it's really important for, especially men, for us to, like, share, you know, what we're going through, things we think about, because we don't often get the chance to share that, or we feel a certain way about sharing how we feel about shit, especially to another male or even a female or you know, your better half, your best friend, your cousin, or whoever, you know what I mean, your mom, or, you know. But I think it's good that we check in, and that, you know, and give each other more stability to add to the stability or the lack of stability that a person may have in their life. You know, just having someone to talk to and to listen is extremely important, and to have have someone that's I'm interested in what's going on with you.
Interested, you know, is a key word. I spoke to two very close friends of mine. You were one of them, and Loke was another one. And when I mentioned to you guys about my boys and having my boys sleep over at the house, you guys both had the exact same response. You were like, "Man, that's what's up, man. I'm happy for you." Like, and that's what you're talking about, like having those people that are truly interested or actually know your situation and see how
you said it right the first time. You said it right the first time, because I am genuinely, well, first of all, let's be clear, like, as friends, and I think this is something that people should take heed to. If you have a friend, they should have a genuine interest in you. I mean, I'm invested in you as a friend. I'm invested in you, not monetary, nothing monetary, but emotionally, I'm invested in you. I'm physically, I'm there for you as a friend. You know what I mean? If you need me, you need help with something or anything like that, and I do want to see you happy. I do want to see you thrive, and I'm not like talking shit or no slights or no nothing. I'm just saying, like, that those things are important, and they're important to me for the people that I'm around, that I have within my little bubble, because we all have our own little bubbles of people that we fuck with and we talk to. I'm invested, and I'm interested. I want to know that you're okay. I want to know that you're feeling good, and when you feel good, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? And when I hear you say, "Man, I had my kids," I'm like, God damn, that's dope as fuck, because that's another thing that as men we don't get a lot of with our children. Be it whatever the situations are, a lot of guys don't have that, and in that process of those things, we long and yearn for our kids. A lot of people don't realize that men do. and we want and need our kids around us. You know what I mean? We need to feel that, and we need that energy. You know what I'm saying? So when I say to you, man, I am happy for you, because I know as a father what that means for me, for my kids to be around me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
fulfilling.
It's not just fulfilling. It's a feeling. You know what I mean? As a parent, I mean, there's nothing like it. You know, I may have done a lot of fucked up shit in my life, but one thing that I've always been concerned with is my kids. You know what I'm saying? And having them around is extremely important. And as a friend, it's extremely important for me that you're happy and that you're around your kids, and that, you know, because that I know what that's going to do for you. You know what I'm saying? I know what that's going to do for you mentally. I know what that's going to do for you emotionally. You know, and that shit makes me happy.
For sure.
Period. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for sharing that shit, man, because that's some real shit. And it takes a lot. You know, that's a lot of courage to say that, because a lot of us, we don't say any of these things.
I talk about it online all the time. Every you know, when I get the boys, you know, every once in a while I'll say something about it online, like, you know.
But verbalizing it in front of someone is completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, you know, and you know, I ain't got nothing but love for you, bro, and I'm happy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That you spend the time with your kids, and you know, spend more time. You know, take it all in, man. Because before you know it, man, went out to breakfast this morning, man, and I saw this little girl, and she might have been 5 or 6, and all I could think about was my daughter. And now she's 20, and I remember her being tiny like that, and so cute, and dressed up with little ponytails and shit. And then I was going through some Facebook pictures and saw her all tiny and little, and I was just like, damn, she's a grown ass little lady now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw the collage that you posted, and it just makes you think, right? Like the years and the memories, and like and everything, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. And that's why, like, I'm also, like, you know, elated to see that kind of stuff, because I live vicariously through that. When I see you being a good dad, I'm like, man, that's what's up. Like, I lived through that shit. I lived through that shit. And even now, like, my boys are younger, you know, they're 4 and 3, but your sons are, you know, 30 and 25, and I still see, like, the connection in between that you guys have, the relationship, and I'm like, man, that's dope, man. Like, that's dope. I like the unit. I like, you know, I like being a part of everything here because of that.
I'll speak on that, because that's part of where I am right now. That's like me checking in with you, checking in with everybody, like me realizing how much all of this means to me, realizing how much family means to me. Shit, I'm about to tear the fuck up. God damn it.
Yeah, man, I've been emotional too, dog.
My children mean to me. Realizing how much everybody together means to me. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Ill for Real. I ain't forgot about you either, my nigga. You know, he's like my new son. You know, like adopted son. You know what I'm saying? And you're my brother. You know, and it's like having that family feeling is beautiful as fuck. And you know, sometimes when we're out in life, we don't take the time to smell the coffee. You know what I mean? We don't take the time to stop and smell the roses. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and where I'm at right now, man, I almost hate myself for not taking that time to smell the roses. And that's the kind of shit I'm going through right now, because I'm realizing, like, right now in my life right now, I'm like, God damn it, this is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? This is beautiful as fuck. And trust me, I'm smelling every flower. Like, I'm in it. And, you know, part of my struggle today is that anger, that, you know, because I'm angry at myself. And so even if I get angry with somebody, I'm really not angry at them. I'm angry at my fucking self, because even if I'm sitting up listening to somebody talk and they may be triggering me or something, I'm really, really, truly, honestly thinking about all the years that I fucked up, all the years that I did not take the time to smell the fucking roses. And where I'm at today, where I'm at right now, and where I'm at in this moment, I'm telling you, I'm smelling every flower, bro. I'm not wasting no fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's because of people like you, because of people like Ill for Real, because of people like Jay Black over there. You know what I'm saying? Because of everything. And damn, I fucking
Yeah, it makes you
it's
realize
just
how
where I'm
beautiful
at.
everything
You know what I
is.
mean? And don't get me wrong. This. I'm happy because those feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy because of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if I fucked
Because
your
you
name
have
up,
the
bro.
opportunity, and because you have the opportunity to live those moments in life now.
Yeah.
Life's changed for you. You're a different person than you were a year and a half ago.
Oh hell yeah!
You're on a different path. Like everything's
bro,
beautiful, man.
It's like oil and water.
I used to drink this drink, man, and it would make me see like the colors more beautiful and shit. And like I say that to say that, yeah, man, you just get to see how much beautiful the colors are on life on the other sides of things.
Makes you think, you know, what are the things that are important to you? You know what I'm saying? What because listen, anybody can make money. Anybody can. You know what I'm saying? You can put a fucking monkey in a goddamn cage and show it a couple things and it'll make some money. You know what I mean? Like anybody can do this shit. But to be really rich, to be really wealthy is nothing like friends. It's nothing like family. It's nothing like somebody that you can go and you can talk to you and you say, hey man, I had my kids today, man. I'm like, fuck, man, that's dope as fuck, man. What'd you guys do? I'm interested. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? You guys have fun? What the fuck? Y'all went and ate? That's dope. What'd you eat? You know what I mean? It's the little things in life that mean every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? We do got some people in the building and I wish they would say something. They got to check in too. This is called the check-in. So everybody needs to check in every once in a while. Real for real. Black, grab that mic, man, and check in. Tell us what's going on in your life, man. Tell us what's happening with you. Tell us, you know, where you at with it right now, today in your life. Hold on, let me help you out real quick. Here, I got you. No, you can sit there. I'm just gonna get the mic out of this nonsense. Bring it this way, then that way you can add it to this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good, man. Thanks. I'm sorry about all that, but
No worries.
yeah, man. As far as like, just cause I was kind of checking some comments real quick for a minute, but yeah, man. As far as where I'm at with it, like mentally right now, I'm kind of on another, things get serious. I got some stuff back home where I just gotta deal with that and get my mind ready to deal with what's coming with it because it ain't going away and it's definitely gonna get worse. So you gotta get test your strength and see where you at mentally. I feel like I got a lot of things to deal with.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
You got when you say you got all this stuff, and I'm not gonna get I'm not asking anything personal, but like, what do you have? Any foundation, like any stability, anybody that you can talk to, and like if something's really troubling you.
I mean, I got my cousin. Me and my cousin, we go back and forth, and when he going through it, I'm here to listen to him. Mm-hmm. And when I'm going through it a little bit, we can trade off of each other. I got a couple homies, but for the most part, I like to stay by my. It ain't exactly healthy, I guess, just the way I am,
Right.
But I stay to myself about a lot of things, and that's the thing that could get better in the future is that I don't really, go seek someone to talk to because, I guess I don't know what it is. The thing I guess is what this is about because we don't really, as men of color in general, we don't really. A lot of our background and the way we was raised was that you tougher than that. Mind over matter. And so I guess that's still with me. Sometimes it's not even like I realize at the moment sometimes that I need to go, I should go talk to somebody to seek out a conversation. But, you just live in that mental where it's just like, I'm a beat that. Part
of the part of the, I ain't going to say steps, but one of the things that's really important that I heard you say that you're aware. So part of the solution, part of your self growth and everything is being aware. So like if you're aware like that maybe keeping to yourself is not a good thing for you or things of that nature, the fact that you're aware of it is the first part and the first step.
It's the first part. I mean, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. You can get one foot out the door and then you can bring it back in.
Right.
Real easy. You know.
Fear is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fear is a motherfucker.
Yeah, I guess I could call it that. I mean, it's more about like
trust, fear.
It's also kind of like I don't even know where to begin telling you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know what I'm really telling you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
but I mean, like think about this. Think about it this way. When you get up from a chair, you don't think about that first step.
Yeah.
So when and this is what just from me, from what I've learned in my little journey, I'm not even gonna call it little because this shit is huge to me. Is that instead of me being worried and concerned about what I should say or how I should say it, or should I talk to this person, should I talk to that person, I just think of just like walking. You know, I don't think when I walk, I just fucking walk.
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel that. Sometimes, though,
you know what I mean by that? It's like, you know, instead of giving it so much credit, just because once we start talking, then it just kind of releases and opens the door, and then you will pretty much let it all loose, anyways.
I've been listening to Earl Sweatshirt, the album with Alchemist, but I don't know. You just made me think of a line he said. We said only option is to start with a step.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I feel you on that.
Yeah, because sometimes all it takes is just, you know,
just getting out, just getting to go do it, or like even go into motion about like starting with that. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. I do know when I do need to go speak to somebody. You know, I think all of us get to that point. I do well with like making sure I don't get to a point where I'm boiling over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I like to go ride my bike or just take a walk and smell the roses sometimes and think to myself, that's some of the best therapy I can get sometimes. It's just like going outside and watching the rest of life happen around me. Mm-hmm. Everybody else around me, everybody else got their own thing.
Hey, trust me, man, a lot of times I'll have to remove myself and just go sit somewhere. Yeah. And just, you know, because sometimes you just got to have things processed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of reacting, or you know what I mean. I find that a lot where instead of reacting, I just need to go somewhere and sit down and breathe and just kind of like take in whatever, some quiet, so I can process shit that's going on in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I get the bike ride and everything. I get that.
My sister called me the other day, and I'm not gonna hold you up. Now you got me talking, but like,
no, go ahead, man.
Just like my mom is, you know, dealing with what she going through. I don't even want to disclose, but you know, and my sister is just kind of like, you with me? Like, are we doing this? Like, we it's, you know, you can't back out. We got to be in there,
right?
And I don't know. I just felt like it was definitely a reawakening, you know, because I try to be the best son. I'm there for my parent. I'm there for him. But when reality and everything around it, it's just like everything just kind of hits you at one time. It's hard to take a minute to go in the corner and breathe.
Right.
And you don't really know what to do at the moment, but you deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I always say this, like, life you hit like a bitch, but I don't want to think like that mind over matter thing.
Right.
You know? I want to just
because it ain't
be
mind
more responsible about facing it.
Yeah, because mind does matter. It really does. It's not mind over matter, because if we don't talk and if we continue to push things down and not express, that's where all that other shit comes in, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's when the acting out comes in. That's when like shit. Don't like back when I was drinking and shit, boy. I'm drinking, I'm fucked up, I'm not giving a fuck. I've already pushed down so much shit that shit is about, I'm like a ticking time bomb. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's important, man. It's important as fuck. I don't know what you're going through. I mean,
everything is everything is smooth. Like, my life ain't horrible.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I know people with worse lives. I don't look down on my life like, you know, like it's nothing or nothing, but you know, like I said, I have a challenge. Yeah, and it's a challenge that I'm up to take. Yeah, but at the same time,
you're up for it.
I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not trying to cut you off, but just hearing you talk, you know what I mean? Because self-motivation is good. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? You saying to yourself, whatever the challenge may be, you're up for it. And like I said in the beginning, like, being aware is key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's key as fuck. You know? And shit, man, God bless you, man. Shit, whatever you're going
Hey,
through,
God
and
bless
you
you too,
have
man.
a
Same to
place
you.
here where anytime you want to, you can come and talk and do whatever, man. This is exactly what the show is all about. That's why it's called the check-in. You know what I'm saying? All bullshit aside, I was telling one of my sons the other day, like, yeah, we got other shows. It's all entertainment. It's all this and all that. And yeah, we want to check the bag and all that kind of shit. But on some real shit, I'll stay doing this show. I wouldn't give a fuck if it made a fucking penny. Because this show has benefited me, has benefited my boy Jizzo, has benefited other people. And I'm going to continue to do this show. I don't care what the fuck happens. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit in real time and in real life is important as fuck. Because a lot of times as men, we walk around and we feel like we're not seen. We feel like we're not heard. We feel like pieces of fucking furniture sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, it's with me, I think a lot of, especially like me trying to getting older and jumping out of that a little more. You still see me around, like he seen me the other day, and I was buzzed up, but like I don't even like doing that like I used to. You used to see me every week there, like hanging out. You see me in the same spot till 4 o'clock in the morning every week, and then some days in between. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, being solo and just like celebrating myself and not having to worry about nobody else's opinion and all that stuff, and seeing myself for what you gotta hope somebody else sees you. I can celebrate myself.
Right.
And
That's
celebrating
key.
what I
That's
know
key
is
as
good
fuck.
about me.
Because that falls right in line with loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's so motherfucking important. I was telling somebody the other day, it's like I'm at this point in my life, like where I'm really, really checking myself on shit and realizing, man, that hey, man, I can love me like a motherfucker, and I need to love me like a motherfucker.
Have to.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take nothing. I mean, I did a lot of fucked up shit, whatever. But I can't take those things back. But those things led me right here, right now, where I'm at. And I love the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? And I love what the fuck I'm doing. I love how I feel when I do these things. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I love that y'all have
important.
this. Actually, like you were just saying, man. I love that this is something that's happening right now in general.
I appreciate that, man.
It's not
For
enough
real.
of these type of things,
Yeah.
It's
real
a couple
shit.
songs, couple people will hit you up and say, or you'll see some posts on somebody's thing. Like you can talk, but not all the time can you talk. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
When somebody really is on some
Yeah.
crazy stuff and they like, I need somebody to talk to, they
Yeah.
forget that they made that comment,
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell you real quick how this whole shit started. In the beginnings of all of me going down this podcast lane, pivoting after COVID, we had a show called Sunday Sit Downs with the OGs, and what I was doing. Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Microphone Misfits Gizzo. What is it like going from trash talk to where you're not encouraged to have compassion, then coming to this show and where you exercise compassion because it's entertainment.
Yeah, that's what I was.
it.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, because it's entertainment, bro. The character that I play on Trash Tales is it's just a character. We talk about things and I say stuff out of off the wall stuff with my replies, but that's why I say this is the most important show, because this is where we actually talk about it. We're not BSing or none of that. We're actually talking real stuff. But it is a little bit of a trip. We do 3 shows on Sundays, so I go from three different modes all within a couple hours. But man, this is what makes us, bro, and I'm thankful for this shit, because I literally would not be me today if it wasn't for this show. And
staying busy and productive, I tell you what, man. And the thing that you are talented at,
thank you, bro.
I can say that helps,
Yeah.
Thank you.
So as I was saying, it was Sunday Sit Down with the OGs, and it was him, which it was Jizzo, one of my friends in Cali. And it was basically trying to bridge the gap of old school hip hop heads to the younger generation, trying to bridge that gap, where they're not, old heads always mad, all that type shit. And before the show one day, we always, like, I wouldn't say checked in, but we did, mic checks and make sure all the technical shit was right a half an hour before the show. And that one particular Sunday, when I tell you, I was in a fucked up ass mood, and I was in one of those motherfucking states of mind where I was just like, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about this dude. Didn't give a fuck about that dude. Didn't give a fuck about nobody. And was on
mindset that
and, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I felt like anybody could get the shit smacked out of him that day. I was feeling real fucked up, and then they kind of felt my energy, and we started talking. And before we knew it, that half hour before the show was like right there, because I was like, I don't want to do the show. I don't want to do none of this shit tonight. Blah, blah, blah. And then it became time for the show, and it was just like, well, fuck, we're here now. We got to do it. So, boom. We're sitting there doing the show, and we're talking about hip-hop and whatever. And that show in that particular time really didn't have anybody ever watching. It might have been one or two people ever. You know what I'm saying? And as the show progressed, maybe 15 minutes into it, we ended up getting right back into what the fuck we were talking about before the show started. And now we're communicating, we're talking, and these guys are really talking me through some shit because I was still pissed off. Whatever I was pissed off about, whatever I was hurting about, whatever the fuck that was, now we're talking through it. And all this shit's happening. Before you know it, there's people in the comments, there's shit, there's motherfuckers watching. But none of that really dawned on me until after the fact, because that show in particular went for like 3 fucking hours. And at that time, that show was only supposed to be a half an hour. Every Sunday for a half an hour. The next morning I woke up, I called him immediately and said, we're changing the name of the show. It's going to be called The Check-In because I really feel like everybody needs to check in. And that night felt like like I needed to check in with somebody. I needed to check in with somebody and really like talk. And that's how this show fucking came about.
Yeah.
That is the honest to God fucking truth. And we've been going strong with it for a year now. And this show has changed the way I view things, the way I see things, the way I process information.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it's your own. I mean, along with me being right here and Jizzle being right here and everybody else,
and therapy too.
Everybody
therapy
watching
as well.
Yeah. It's therapy. It's,
No, I'm saying I actually was going to therapy and I'm still going to therapy and shit like that too. Because
I have not gotten myself into that yet. I mean, I feel like that could probably help. It's I'm not diagnosed for it, but I think I had ADHD. I'm gonna go ahead and assume I do.
Right.
But it's difficult to get all your ducks in a row sometimes to feel like you can get to that and do that and to do that, and that type of stuff definitely is helpful for anybody that's got extra thoughts, like things that they need to sort out.
I will say this about therapy: they're not there to cure you. They're not there to do it.
Help you sort it out.
Yeah, they'll just give you tools to help you cope, to help you deal with, help you understand things, and help you, navigate through things that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? But it does help adding, especially being aware. And like I said, man, one of the first things when you started talking is like I recognize that you're aware of the shit. So that's like the first motherfucking thing right there is being aware of self, being aware of what's going on and what you're thinking.
It's critical of being aware because like when I spoke to you, JR, you told me like, yeah, I haven't been around. I've been, dealing with some things and stuff like that. And it's just, it just reassures me that like, things like this are necessary because we all, and especially as artists, we talk about these high moments that we have where we get on the stage where you're right here, with a mic in your hand and you're doing your shit and energy's high, and after this you gotta go home. You're not in that moment no more, and that shit can be depressing. So acknowledging that, like I said, when I spoke to you, you acknowledge that that's big. Like, man, I'm dealing with these things, but I'm out here and I'm gonna keep it moving.
I mean, and like I said, we all got our different battles, and when this is done, you're gonna be here with your thoughts, and but at the same time, like I said, I'm doing something when I get out of here. The plan was always to make sure I stay busy.
Right.
And, that way until you die, until you can't think, like, for yourself no more,
Right.
But anyway, it's good to just stay on it and know what I'm worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, self-worth.
Same with you guys. You deal with it and then you realize that you have this platform and you put your work into it and you actually got people watching it. You got people that want to be on it. You know what I'm saying? That's got to definitely help you. Because, I just like how you was saying, man, I was feeling what you in so many words. You was feeling what I was spitting.
Yeah.
And that's, she was talking about it earlier. You know, she don't get as many plays sometimes she want to get, or it, you're not getting played on every system. But you feel validated a little more. You feel like moving to the next step, or you're working that much harder to get to the next step. If, you know, and the thing that to an extent you felt like you was here to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's life, though, right? That's life, because even right now, man, you're validated here. You know what I'm saying? You're validated here as a man, as a person, as a human being. Outside of the music shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy you here. I'm happy as fuck that you stayed.
I'm happy to be here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that you stayed for the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that you showed up for the other show. You know what I mean? Like, you're 100% valid, like a motherfucker. Everybody in this room is valid as shit. You know what I mean? And you matter like a motherfucker. You know, your presence matters. You know, I think sometimes we forget our own presence.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? That we actually matter. Again, like I said, man, sometimes we walk around and we don't really take the time to smell the roses, number one. And number two, we get stuck in this feeling of like we're not being noticed or we're not being recognized. That's why I said sometimes we feel like we're like a piece of furniture, you know, in the house. It's like, or even outside. Like, what am I, just like a fucking bush over here? Nobody sees me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
here. Goddamn, look.
Yeah, but we have to also recognize when we walk in the room that our presence, our vibration, our energy is there with us. It comes with us, and especially around motherfuckers, you like shit. It matters.
I'm heavy on energy.
Yeah.
I definitely adapt to the energy of the room.
He said that, shout out to D-Nick, man, my brother. He said, oh, no. He said, oh, now that voice. No, that voice, J.R. Black, salute. Yeah. Shout out D-Nick, man, in the building, bro. But on some real shit. Mattel, you better check in tonight, man. You better check in. You got to check in. I wasn't trying to cut you off, because I know he's going to try to weasel his way out of it. Yeah, he's going to try to weasel his way out.
Nah, no way. Damn, check in. I think, damn, and low-key, I was thinking about it too, and then just put me on the spot right now. Completely forgot what I was gonna say, but I think part of my check-in is I think I'm focused and doing better. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping faith strong in the things that I do and the decisions that I make, and know that the shit, you know, like, know that I'm learning and shit. You know what I mean? I kind of reaffirmed a bunch of stuff with a bunch of shit lately, whether it's, you know, as an artist or as a person, as a human being. Yeah, I think that's my check-in, that I know that my faith is strong still, and that I could do this shit. You know what I mean? And if I could do this shit, that means anybody could do this shit. So, like, just
it means that if you can do this shit, then everything else is nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And, that I just remembered. I'm breathing.
Yeah.
I'm fucking breathing. I think that's my check-in. I'm still fucking breathing, you know, and I'm catching, not even just catching my breath, but I'm just breathing. You know what I mean? And that's just a win already.
Yeah.
I've been told, you know, learn to take an L. Like, what's an L to, like, that's not, I don't know nothing about no L. It's a learning process if that's an L. You know, like, ain't no loss. It's just lessons. You know what I mean? And experiences.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So that's my check-in. You know, I ain't weaseling out of nothing. You know what I mean?
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Still breathing, still doing, executing, and moving.
That's what's up. I don't know if J.R. Black wants to jump back in, but you're more than welcome. But yeah, man, I mean, that's what this whole show is about. Like, I was telling J.R. Black just a little while ago before we started the show what the show is about, and you know, we touch on a lot of topics every show. We try to touch. No, we don't try. We touch. We actually do touch on a multitude of topics that I know that fuck with us emotionally, mentally, and shit like that, you know. And I think it's important, especially as men, it's important as hell that we even, you know, when you talk about validation, it's important that we know that there are people that value us in life, you know what I'm saying? And that our presence is valued, you know what I'm saying? Us being in the moment is fucking valued. Like right now, you don't even know how valuable you are right now sitting here just talking. Because the fact that you opening up, that shit's valuable as fuck to me. Not in a sense of taking in any information from you and going, oh, now I got something on him. Nah, it's valuable because I'm looking at you and I'm understanding. And I'm understanding because I'm seeing me in you. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing bits and pieces of me in you. And that shit's valuable. Your presence is valuable. Your presence also tells me that, fuck, I need to keep going. I need to keep doing. I need to keep pressing much harder, much more forward. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we all want to be the best version of ourselves that we could possibly be before we end up getting, you know, fucking taken out of this goddamn shit. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. And to be the best version of yourself, to me, is like the greatest shit ever. That's the one thing that I'm finding out right now, and I'm just barely scratching the surface of who I'm really capable, who I really am, and what I'm really capable of doing. My son once said to me, he said, I was making some music, and he says, "Oh shit, I see you knocking the rust off." And I said, "Shit, fuck the rust. I'm shit. I'm not even scratching the surface of what my real capabilities are because I never ever took the time to focus."
Try it out and just sit there and say, "This is what I'm doing right now."
Yeah, and if I can be successful with zero focus and zero understanding of myself, which I have been in the past, imagine what the fuck I'm capable of when I'm aware of myself, when I'm happy with myself, and when I'm clear-minded and I understand the people around me and I understand what's going on, and I have a friend like this and a young man like this, a young brother of mine, a young son of mine, like young fucking nephew of mine, whatever he is to me, you know what I'm saying? And even you, my bro, you know what I'm saying? Coming in here, and now you a part of it. Yep. Ain't no way around it now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, you know, I mean, this shit's gonna live on forever, and your presence being here will live on because I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about things that you've said tonight. I'm gonna reevaluate myself maybe once more.
I tell you, man, just knowing Jizzo, man, for this many years, like, it's been a while. Mm-hmm. But you know, he's always he comes in, he's got a presence, he's got just knowing that you and him are involved with this show, and just knowing that you have things that I don't know you're going through. And when I see you, people come around you, you're a good presence to be around. You always show love, you always with your head up high, chin up high. And that's good to see. But we don't always know what's going on in the man's mind and what we're really like dealing with. So it's always good to have an arena to discuss it.
This is the side that people don't see, you know?
Yeah. Oh, they see it.
Well, unless they watch the check-in.
I mean, you got to assume everybody has their own struggle, but you don't think about it, especially when you see somebody and they look like they're in good spirit. You already know what's happening.
Right. That's big facts. We especially as men, we've been taught as little kids to hide everything. Anything emotional, you hide it. Anything that shows that you may be weak or there may be a crack in your armor, you hide it. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, and let's all be honest to ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Ain't shit wrong with expressing how you feel to another motherfucker. There ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? We all need somebody. We're human beings, man. We all need somebody. We need somebody that we can lean on, you know? I've leaned on this man probably more than he even fucking imagines. I lean on Ill for real more than he fucking imagines. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit. And now I'm leaning on you, bro. You feel me? I'm a motherfucker. I need post. I need shit to lean on, man. Because sometimes I'm weak. Sometimes I'm weak at the knees. Sometimes I don't have faith. Sometimes I don't feel like going on. I don't feel like doing shit. And I don't feel like talking to anybody. And I don't feel like being around anybody. And then when I see somebody like him, and somebody like him, and somebody like you in my presence, it tells me, yeah, I gotta I gotta do better. I gotta be better. I like this. It tells me I'm valuable. It tells me that these people are valuable to me. And it tells me that
I wouldn't say you gotta be better. I was just saying keep doing what you're doing right now.
No. When I say that,
Yeah.
that's for me.
Yeah,
you feel me?
that's you telling
I
me that.
gotta be
Yeah.
better. It's imperative for me to be better because of how I know I am on that other shit.
I feel that. That's like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I say on this show all the time. No matter how bad my day was, when I wake up and I put my first foot down on the floor, I tell myself today is going to be, I'm going to make sure today was better than yesterday. I'm gonna do everything within my power to make sure today was better than yesterday. It don't always work out, but it will be better than the day before. I still might go through some shit that day.
I ain't gonna hold you up. I've been thinking about that all day.
Yeah.
I was like, tomorrow I'm about to have me a good ass day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it so I get up and I get my cafe con leche and I'm gonna take a walk and just chill out for a
And you know who's in charge of you having a great day? You. Yeah. And that's one of the things I've had to learn. And we ran out of time. And since we ran out of time, we already know what we do there. And we're going to start with you, Jay, because you already have the mic. At the end of the show, we always have last words, last thoughts about however your night, whatever in the fuck your last words are, your last thoughts, not like ever last words, but last words about tonight.
I'm all about community. I feel like you can't just go live in the middle of, not every human at least can go live somewhere in the middle of nowhere with a dog and a shotgun and sit on the porch. You need somebody to be there to talk to. Sometimes you need somebody to help you get through some things. And it ain't something you should feel bad about for having to seek help.
Right.
It's difficult sometimes with pride and everything to feel like you want to show your weakness or your side that is, your vulnerable side.
Right.
But it's also a way to look at it where you're strong enough to felt that you could do that and keep moving and get what you need out of it.
That's what's up.
That's about it.
Celebrate that shit.
That's about it.
Ill for real. Last words. Last thoughts. I probably should stop saying last words and just go with last thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts.
Yeah,
like
final
Jerry's
thoughts.
final thoughts. Long
Final
live Jerry
thoughts,
Springer.
yeah.
Long live Jerry
My
Springer.
bad.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Yeah.
Keep breathing, Keep breathing. Like I said last week, you make your mistakes never make you. Long live Mac Miller, those his words. Just keep doing better, Don't stop doing. Keep breathing.
Keep breathing. Shout out to that, man. That's beautiful, actually. Keep breathing. Something to think about.
Word, man. Yeah. Just echoing off of their comments, I was thinking the same thing. Like, whatever's not happening for you right now, it's gonna happen for you later. Look at your life a year ago. You were in a situation that you thought you wouldn't get out of, and you're out of it. And it's a year later, and you're alive, and you're breathing, like J.R. Black said. And you have an opportunity to keep evolving and keep changing, and it's literally never the end. Rest in peace, Mike One. I love you, man. And Jizzle for Shizzle on Instagram.
Yeah, damn. Well, I'll say this, man, and I'm gonna keep this short and brief. Shout out to everybody, all you guys, man, that have been in here tonight, man. I love you. Like, on some real shit. J.R. Black, man, the shit's been a blessing to even just hear you talk about what the things that you're going through and your thought process through it, man. It's been a blessing to hear that because we all learn from each other, and it's important that we learn from each other. And just to remain calm and breathe. Just remain calm and breathe. And if you need to talk to somebody, come to the check-in. Come and talk to us. Go to your mother. Go to somebody. Call somebody. Tell somebody you love them, man, and just breathe. Remain calm and just breathe, man. This has been a check-in, man. We'll see you next Sunday. Peace, peace.